Roman Reigns and The Rock have destroyed Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the lead up to WrestleMania 40 in a hotly anticipated Monday Night Raw, which emanated out of Brooklyn, New York. But what is going on, guys? It is a catch, back with another video on the channel. If you're new, welcome in. Hope you're enjoying what you see, and let's get straight into the video. Raw kicked off with the final boss, The Rock, coming to the ring in a sellout crowd in Brooklyn, New York, and pretty much ran down the list of reasons why he attacked and bloodied Cody Rhodes on last week's episode of Raw, which closed out the show. And pretty much it was essentially because Cody Rhodes had talked a lot of smack in the lead up, and The Rock wasn't going to take that, so he did the only thing he could do, and he attacked Cody Rhodes, left him bleeding, put his own blood on that weight belt that said Mama Rhodes on it, which we'll get to a little bit later, and then he brought out the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns, who doesn't normally show up on Raw, came out to a big ovation as if he was like to say daddy's home, with his arms raised out and everything, and he pretty much was like, this is the last time I'm going to be on this show. Cody's not going to win at WrestleMania. I'm going to have the easiest WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 40 is going to be just a walk in the park because I've got The Rock next to me, and Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins will have no chance of beating us at WrestleMania 40. And then that bring out Seth Rollins, who came through the crowd a la the Shield, and pretty much decided to challenge The Rock or Roman Reigns to a main event match on Raw. But the Bloodline, being the Bloodline, decided against that, and Solo Sikoa, the enforcer of the Bloodline, decided to step up and take Seth Rollins on his challenge. But The Rock did say it would be in Bloodline rules, and that was scheduled for later on in the event. Before we get further into that, I just want to shout out the rest of Raw. It was another great episode, and for a sellout crowd in Brooklyn, New York, it couldn't have been much in the lead up to WrestleMania 40, which has been touted as the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And to be honest, the way they've promoted it and marketed it, I think it is going to probably be the biggest and probably might be the best WrestleMania 40 of all time. And the reason for this is there's so many interconnecting and intricate storylines that have been happening, and gotta give Triple H credit for this. And one of those storylines has been Sami Zayn's quest for the Intercontinental Championship from the dominant ring general Gunther, and he's enlisted the services of Chad Gable. Unfortunately for both Gable and Sami Zayn, while Sami Zayn was fighting Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw, he was once again distracted by Gunther. This time Gunther had attacked Chad Gable off screen in the backstage area and made an example of him, which distracted Sami Zayn and led to another beatdown of Zayn by the ring general Gunther. And to be perfectly honest, I think Gunther is going to absolutely destroy Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 40, although Zayn will have an underdog story like status match at WrestleMania 40, similar to that of Rocky in the Rocky movies, but I think Gunther will retain his IC title at WrestleMania 40. So getting back to the main event storyline of this Raw episode, and Seth Rollins was backstage making his way to the arena for his match against Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline Raw match to close out Monday Night Raw, and he had a small interaction with Drew McIntyre in the backstage area, and effectively he was saying to Drew, in a reference to a earlier vignette of Drew McIntyre, effectively saying that, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, Seth, you shouldn't be fighting the Bloodline, you should look after your body, you're going to be dead, and all this sort of stuff soon if you're not careful. And then effectively this segment was to say to Drew McIntyre backstage that, look, Drew, I'm not dead yet. And that led to Drew saying yet as Rollins walked off and made his entrance. And the match went back and forth as it does for most of the main event matches on Raw. It was a good showing, lots of tables, some chairs, and a lot of outside equipment getting involved, even with the tables as well. I thought that was quite interesting. It was a decent match, but they were all here for the ending of Raw because we knew something big was going to happen, and of course that led to Jimmy Uso interfering on behalf of Sikoa, which led to his brother Jey Uso, who he faces at WrestleMania 40 in 5 nights time, coming out to protect Seth from the Bloodline, and he took Jimmy Uso out of the equation. And while the camera was focused on the stage area up front, it then showed Jimmy Uso being thrown out from the backstage area by the final boss, The Rock, who made his way to the ring and decided to attack Seth Rollins. But this then led to a smile of Seth Rollins as he then revealed that Cody Rhodes was in the back, as Cody Rhodes came out to the ring and attacked The Rock. And The Rock, for 50 years old, was taking bumps left, right and center. Then Rhodes and Rollins decided to put The Rock on the table, and Cody was going to give The Rock a rock bottom through said announce table, but then from out of nowhere, the tribal chief Roman Reigns, who will induct Paul Heyman into the Hall of Fame in a few nights' time, came out from behind and attacked Cody Rhodes, and then this led to effectively a 2-on-2 beatdown by Roman and The Rock on Cody and Seth Rollins. They destroyed the pair of them, hitting him with belts. Well, actually, with Cody Rhodes' own weight belt, the American Nightmare blue weight belt. They hit Rollins and Rhodes multiple times, and effectively the picture was painted as if to say this could be happening on WrestleMania Night 1. It could be The Rock and Roman Reigns standing tall over Cody and Seth Rollins, which would then mean, Cody, it's Bloodline rules for your championship match. And that was the picture they painted. And to be perfectly honest, they looked badass while doing it. I really loved The Rock's final boss character, this heel run he's been doing. And if it wasn't for the fans, attacking him for stealing Cody's spot initially, then we probably would not have actually got this final boss persona in this current state of WWE. So it is great to see, but the last picture of Roman Reigns and The Rock standing tall over Cody and Seth Rollins could mean a lot of different things. It could mean that this is the last time we'll see the Bloodline on top. Who knows? I guess only time will tell. But WrestleMania 40 is right around the corner, and I can't wait to see what happens in this Bloodline storyline. What will happen with Cody Rhodes? Will he finally finish the story? In my view, he has to finish the story. There might be a separate video on that coming out soon. But that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another upload. And I'll see you with a new video very, very soon. Have a good one, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.